The World Cup is the most watched sporting event on earth. And if you know how to read it, it's also the most comprehensive map where slavery and colonialism actually went. Have you realized that there's no black players on the Argentinian team? Well, there's a reason for that. Take a look at France. 21 of their 26 players are of African descent. England, 15, the Netherlands, 14, Belgium and Germany, 9 each. 12 of America's 26 players are black, the product of one of the most successful settler colonial projects to enslave black people. Brazil's entire starting lineup descends from the 4.9 million Africans who were enslaved and brought to that country, the largest destination of the entire transatlantic slave trade. Haiti was at the World Cup, a nation whose people were forced to pay France reparations for their own freedom for 122 years. And
nasty work, by the way. When people talk about Haiti, talk about how bad the country is, people don't speak about this. They are paying reparations. I'm pretty sure he's going to mention the number, but I think it's like 80% of their GDP.
Curacao, an island of 150,000 people, qualified for the first time in history. That island was a regional hub of the Dutch Atlantic slave trade. Most of their squad grew up in the Netherlands, the colonizing country, because that's where the opportunity was. That's not diversity, it's displacement on a pitch. Every team tells you which empire moved which people and where they ended up. You can reverse engineer the entire history of Western colonialism just from the squad list. But then there's Argentina. Argentina doesn't have a single black player on their squad. People treat that like it's a coincidence, and it's not. It's the outcome of a deliberate government-executed program to erase black people from the nation.
Afro-Argentinians are coming on my FYP, speaking in Argentine Spanish, telling us, the people that are in the United States, hey, you guys can't talk about this topic because you are no one to speak, because the USA is doing this, 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 and this. So we don't want to hear it.
There are coons everywhere. There are coons here, there are coons here, there are coons there, there are coons in America, in the UK, in Jamaica, in Grenada, in Africa. There are coons anywhere. So the fact that a coon comes out and says, no, Argentina, el fantastico, ay. You think that means anything to us? Oh, but look, these blacks over here are defending us. Doesn't work.
That's the stance of many Afro-Argentines that are right now on my TikTok FYP. That's why I'm saying this. Do I look like a white person to you? Most Argentines are highly mixed, but you wouldn't know that because you're all ignorant. I'm telling you guys that Afro-Argentinians have had enough of the US Americans trying to say that Argentinians are racist.
In 1800, black people were more than 1/3 of Argentina's population. 69,000 people out of 187,000. In less than a century, that number was so decimated that by 1875, the Argentine government didn't even bother counting African descendants in the national census. Think about how intentional that has to be. President Domingo Faustino Sarmiento, who served from 1868 to 1874, was a fervent white supremacist who openly wrote about his desire to eliminate black people from Argentina. He segregated black communities from white ones, denied them infrastructure and healthcare.
Argentina got rid of its black population. Are you getting that from a book or Twitter? During Argentina's War of Independence, thousands of black men fought in the army, and they were promised their freedom in exchange of military service.
So over here we have an Argentinian coon.
Then came decades of civil wars, followed by the War of the Triple Alliance, which claimed the lives of men of fighting age
and sent them to die on the front lines of military campaigns. He imprisoned them on fabricated charges, he executed them. While he was doing all of that, Argentina's 1853 constitution was actively recruiting white European immigrants from Italy and Spain to replace them. Erase black people, import white ones, call yourself a European nation in South America. That was the architecture of what Argentina was trying to do. And what makes it more sinister is they stole the culture before they buried and killed black people. Shocker, right? Tango, the dance that we all know from Dancing with the Stars, which is Argentina's most celebrated export, comes from black people.
Okay, as an Argentinian, I really wanted to speak about these racist allegations. Now, I'll start by stating the obvious. I'm white. I've never experienced racism. That doesn't mean other people haven't, but I can only tell you my experience and my interpretation of the world. That said, when my family and I heard about these racist allegations, we were actually all pretty surprised because it just felt super far from our experience.
Oh, God. Oh, wait. Black people are speaking about racism in Argentina. Well, we're Argentinian, and we've never experienced racism.
The people we know who are Argentinian, growing up Argentinian, and going to Argentina. Not to say it hasn't happened, but maybe it just wasn't happening in our world of Argentina. Now, my next question, and
the thing that they sell to the world as the soul of their identity was created by enslaved Africans. The word tango itself comes from the gathering places where black Argentines met and danced. The candombe, the African drum tradition brought over through the slave trade, is the rhythmic foundation of the entire genre. Black composers wrote the first tangos, black musicians built the form, and then once it became popular, once Paris fell in love with it, Argentina's ruling class stripped it of its black origins, sanitized it for high society ballrooms, and declared it a symbol of European sophistication.
This isn't surprising. In reality, the only things that the West have ever created without Africans is guns. Everything else, they needed us one way, shape, or form. Music, dance. Pick something. They either stole it from us directly or stole our resources. It's just a fact.
Apparently, we're racist, arrogant, we rig FIFA, and we're the villains of the internet. Have any of you actually ever met an Argentine? So let me explain something. First, the racism thing. Argentina is literally a melting pot.
What?
We are indigenous, European, Middle Eastern, Jewish, Black, Asian. We're everything. Go walk around Buenos Aires for 20 minutes. You'll see blondes, redheads, brunettes, every skin tone, every last name imaginable. We don't even know what we're supposed to be racist to because we're all mixed together. So maybe, before taking lessons from TikTok comments, open a census. Or, I don't know, a book.
Maybe you're right. We're just so dumb and uneducated and uninformed, man. Argentina is just a mix. Like, what would we even be racist to in Argentina? There's just so much diversity.
Today I'm in Argentina and I'm trying the most viral burger here. Let's head inside because I'm very hungry and I traveled an hour to get here.
Just a shop that's allowed to exist in Argentina would never be allowed to exist in America, never in the UK, never in France, never in the Netherlands, never in Belgium, never in any of these countries that we also don't like, never in Spain, because it would outrage people. Not only the black people there, but the white people would be like, what the hell is this? Not in Argentina, though.
Which burger are you getting? Which burger are you getting?
I'm getting this one.
Could I just have the, just this one? Just the combo, the big, that one.
Oh, so funny! So funny.
Oh, gracias. Oh my god. Guys, here we go. We have the big burger. As you can see, we've got a black bun. We've got lots of creamy filling and lots of meat. Holy shit. God, I love big meat.
The obsession with black people is truly disgusting. And one of the reasons why I have no problem removing my nuance when it comes to places like Argentina, when it comes to the Middle East, is because, is everyone racist? Obviously not. That's not how things work. But how many people walk past the big nigger every day like it's normal? This is a normal thing. Nobody cares enough to cause any outrage because racism in your society is normal. Therefore, I have no problem painting the entire Argentina with the same brush. Because when racist stuff happens, you may not be racist. But when racist shit is going on, you don't really care. And again, a shop like that would never exist in modern day America. I mean, could you imagine? Could you imagine that America? It could never happen in America. Modern day England. This is why we don't like you.
Killed the people, they kept the music, then they claimed the music was never black. A former president of Argentina, Carlos Menem, once said publicly, in Argentina, blacks do not exist. That is a Brazilian problem. A sitting head of state said that out loud. So when you look at the World Cup and you see Argentina is the only squad out of 48 with no black players, understand what you are actually seeing. Every other team is evidence of what colonialism did. It moved black people around the world through slavery and forced migration, and their descendants now play football for the nations that displaced them. Argentina is evidence of what colonialism intended. The complete removal of black people from the national story. The all-white squad isn't an anomaly, it's the goal. It's what every other colonizing nation wished they could do as cleanly. They built their entire national identity, their pride, their exceptionalism, their whole we're the Europeans of South America mythology on graves. And every 4 years, they show up to the World Cup and play like none of it ever happened. Ask the question as to why there's no black players on Argentina's team, even though they're a settler colony in the Americas. Racism.
And this video was a fantastic video, which is why I built my video and all the clips around it. The original goal was to use us until we had no use and then get rid of us, like you mentioned. And that's what Argentina did. And that's what Argentina did, but nobody else can do. The Middle East did it as well, by the way. And the Middle East did it better. They did it the best because people don't even know about the slavery in the Middle East. That's how great they did it. People forgot. Imagine that. 1300 years, people forgot. It's not even something that's taught. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. I don't really care what these Argentinians be talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand the type of people that we're dealing with. In reality, a lot of these people are heathens. These are the people that will commit a genocide in Palestine, 4K, right in front of our faces, and tell us that it's not happening. So when they tell you, oh no, Argentina's not racist, sure. If you say so.
This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone. I just can't let this go. This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone.